Hello, Maurieo Vlogs, number 303, Generational Change. Hello, welcome. First up this evening, I want to acknowledge those people who have commented on my last 2 or 3 vlogs. I have been quite busy getting my content out, and also with classes starting, I have been extremely busy. I've made a note and replied to all your comments, and the weekend's coming up, so it's my intention to check out all the channels of people that have commented and pop over there and have a bit of a look around now that I've got some time coming up in the weekend. So please be patient. I haven't forgotten you or ignored you. I'm just flat out getting content out, and I don't have too much time for a channel surfing. But the weekend's here. Steroid Dad will be winding up from Saturday morning, so yep, we should be good to go. So, generational change. Well, today was the last day of inductions for our students, and one of the tasks they had to do was to interview people about engineering or their specific course that they were taking, might be architectural technology or things like that. And I was interviewed 3 or 4 times by different students, and in that time I realized just how different things were. How when I started work, when I left school, calculators were not particularly prevalent, and we had electric adding machines to do the calculations in the survey office, and log books as well, which we had at school, the 4-figure log books. These days, students would be totally unaware of a log book or what it looked like, and also in some cases a slide rule. The electric adding machines and oddner machines that we used to use would be unknown to these students, and that's how much things have changed. And one of the reasons this came up was I was pointing out to the students how important lifelong learning is. Had I just at the end of my education phase just stopped with that information and gone forward, I would be so far back in the past, it would be too hard to fathom. So we must keep updating our knowledge to catch up with what's happening. But there is definitely a generational change thing in other areas such as language, dress, attitudes, and things like that. And one of the things the students asked me was, what is a civil engineer? And I said, well, it's an engineer with very good manners and lead balloon material. Sometimes I just crack myself up. But they totally had no understanding of what the word civil meant, which was interesting. So after that initial fail, I carried on and just forgot about that little joke, kept it to myself. Oh, and you, of course. So the generational change is very interesting, and yes, marvellous sort of how much we have progressed in my lifetime, which covers maybe some 60 years or more, and what's ahead for this young generation of 18 or 19-year-olds, where when they get to 60, what's the world going to look like? I think it will look very different to what we see today. So yeah, just a little observation about generational change. So for today's background, I've got a picture of this guy here with his favourite little catch phrase, And I'll probably talk a little bit more about him tomorrow when I tell you who he is. And he's an actor and playing a part as well. And the Who Loves You Baby, I've put that in there because according to legend, of which, although I was there, I have very little memory of, these could well be the first words that I said to my lovely wife. Perhaps I need to explain more in a vlog or tomorrow. But needless to say, I didn't have a lollipop in my mouth, but a turkey leg, can you believe? So, and possibly hair down to my shoulders as well. So, clearly my impersonation skills not that good. But anyway, who is this guy, and what part was he playing? Now, yesterday's picture, total confusion there in a number of ways. This is you can see the Hamilton there. So this is Balloons Over Waikato, which is an annual festival that we have here in Hamilton, and it goes for a week. They have various little activities. I think they have one where they dip into the lake. They have a night glow and all sorts of things going up with all these different balloons up and around, and it's called Balloons Over Waikato. And I called my balloon car activities yesterday Balloon Cars Over Waikato, but once again that didn't perhaps get quite the reaction that I was expecting. I think it may at best been allocated the category of dad joke, but nonetheless that's all done and dusted. Now what happened was this old stoner suggested that it was a balloon fiesta, which is quite good, and provided some interesting information about his local festival, which is billed as the largest in the world. That's in Albuquerque in the States. But he didn't specifically put it down as the Balloons Over Waikato. Moz came through with Balloons Over Waikato, and that was in the comments. WT had a comment in the notifications, in my notifications, with a link to the Balloons Over Waikato event. However, I couldn't find his comment in the comments below the video, so not quite sure what happened there. So in a sort of fairness to everyone, I've given Moz, this Soul Stoner, and WT a credit for this one, and naming it and forwarding some information on it. So I hope you all don't mind that I've sort of split the kudos around, but that's all pretty. I thought it was a marvellous effort on everyone's part, and I was sort of so keen to get that sort of level of participation from my supporters. So thank you all very much. I'll just take you back there so you can have another look at this guy here and tell me who he is and what part he's playing there. So once again, thanks everybody for your marvellous comments. And as I said at the beginning of the video, the weekend's coming up, so I'm hoping to have some time to do a bit of channel surfing. Maybe hang 10 over the front and go and check out some of your channels and some of the newer commenters. I'll possibly, subscribe to your channels in a show of support, and the same support that you showed me. So, looking forward to catching up with you all over the weekend. Cheers. Oh, so don't forget Web Crap of the Week coming out after this. And on Saturday night, around about midnight New Zealand time, not quite sure, depend how I get my videos uploaded tomorrow, Steroid Dad will make a live appearance. So, if you want to have a bit of a catch up or let me know how things are going, come along and we'll do a little bit of a review of the week. So, all good. Cheers this time. See you.